All right, guys. So I want to get into the four primary trading fears, and a lot of you will know this from my past webinars if you've taken like one-on-ones with me, or simply if you read like Mark Douglas's Trading in the Zone or seen the Mind Over Market interview, which I'll give the sources for all of that on the next video. But so basically, I'm pretty sure that every single trading mistake or like any impulsive decision or just poor choice is going to come from one of these four fears. Number one is being wrong. A lot of people, they can't handle being wrong about a lot. That's why there's a lot of arguments. Some people just can't, take being wrong about anything. So when that happens in the market, a lot of people will enter an order on what they think is a high or low, uh, but then like it's actually a lower high. So their order goes directly against them, but they are so hell bent about being correct that they kind of ignore what's actually in front of them. It's like a fear thing. You know when you put your hand on a stove, how your body just flinches away really quick? It's because that's like a pain reflex. It tries to self-preserve itself at any cost. So when people are seeing the orders going against them, they block that out and focus on what they want to see, which is in this case, a bullish tick. Every single time the buyers push it back up a little bit, that's all they focus on, and it messes with them. They ignore that it's downtrending. They don't want to see that because they're already in a buy. They ignore that. So yeah, that's number one, being wrong, and that could be like that's what I mean by personal development is important because if you are somebody who's willing to take others' opinions and just flexible with ideas and just mature enough to just step back and kind of assess what's going on, then you wouldn't mind being wrong. You know that being wrong is actually a good thing in the start because that means that you get to learn something new right then in that moment. So don't be afraid of being wrong. If you're wrong, just close out the order if it's very obvious. If you're very obviously in the wrong direction, just suck it up, take the small L, and come back with a stronger game plan. Fear number two is losing money. A lot of people think that they can learn everything they can about the market so that they won't ever have to lose money. Dumb people crazy. This is a probabilities game. You have to think of it in terms of probability to be okay with everything. There's always, 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 always a chance that your order will be the losing order. You don't know in what order you're going to have your wins or what order you're going to have your losses. You can have four straight losses before you get six straight wins to be a 60% trader. It's all probabilities. Um, just be sure that you have no guarantees in the market. If you have that mindset that you're trying to have you have the best setup in the world, so it's guaranteed pips, you're tripping. Nothing is guaranteed in the market. Be flexible with your expectations. Um, so yeah, just think in terms of probabilities, and you will save your own life. Just it's all about risk management. The money that you do lose through normal losses are going to be a lot smaller than your gains. So be vigilant of that. Number three, missing out. Missing out is like when you make your impulsive decisions. You see like some crazy tick on the chart and you jump in. You just jump in without actually seeing market structure. You're just seeing that 1 hour or that M30 or that smaller time frame explosive candle, and you did not want to miss it out. So you make an impulsive decision to jump in, and you completely forgot to analyze the chart. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of you because it's happened to me. And then the thing just goes the wrong way. It leaves a giant wick. We didn't even let the candle close. That's another big problem when you have the fear of missing out. When you're waiting for that engulfing candlestick pattern or just that final confirmation, and you jump in because you feel like the candle is getting larger and larger and larger, and you feel like you're gonna miss out, and then you jump in, but it's all wrong. It leaves a big wick, and you get screwed over. So be careful of that. That has to do with like greed. Um, People just want to get in because they're getting greedy and they don't want to miss out on a chance to make some money. Number four, leaving money on the table. That's a big fear. A lot of people they stop themselves out so early because they're fearful of leaving money on the table. They think that that is the last spot is going to hit before it goes the other way. Things take time. Things fluctuate. You need to make your analysis. You need to get your target projection. And you need to trust that analysis and target projection and watch price action in those target areas for clues if you should get out or if you should stay in. Don't be afraid of little bits of fluctuation. That's going to happen. And if you get scared within, like, if the market starts pushing in your favor and the moment it starts to fluctuate and go the other way before it continues, you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table like that. You can't be afraid. Let the thing run. Trust yourself. Let it hit. You must trust yourself. Um, Another thing about I forgot about number two, losing money, tight stop losses. That means people aren't accepting the risk. That means people are over leveraging themselves. When you have a tight stop loss, you're not letting the market breathe. You're not letting things play out and take, it takes time for the setup to fully complete and then to actually take off. So fear of losing money is when you put a tight stop loss and the market just always takes it. You put the stop loss so tight because you're so afraid of losing money, and that just means you didn't accept the risk. That means you're using too high a lot size. So keep that in mind, guys. If you're using tight stop losses, it's because you're scared of losing money. And if you're scared of losing money, you're not using the proper risk management. So take that in consideration. Take your risk as you will, depending on your personal risk tolerance. If you're okay with losing a certain amount, that's on you. If you're not, if you get shaky, if you get angry, if you get revengeful, if you get all crazy and emotional, it's because you're using too big a lot size and you're afraid of losing money, so you put tight stop losses. When the market goes in your favor, like 10 pips, you'll put a stop profit on, and that's not enough room. If you want the big moves, you got to let the market breathe, give it time to play out. 6 minutes. Damn, nice. So basically, those are the four primary trading fears. I feel like all of my problems can derive from any one of those four, any two of those four, three of those four, all of the above. Yeah, so it's best to just admit that these problems or these fears will happen in the market. It will happen in the market, and when you have that understanding, you can begin to slowly accept the risk of trading, and then you'll trade a lot smarter, just understanding that it's all probabilities, and any trade can be your losing one. So why be dumb with your money? All right, guys. I hope that helped. And yeah, just hit me up if anything. One-on-ones, psychology webinars. Let's go.